Okay, something happened to the other video, so I'm going to continue. We said that here you have a number 2, and 2 to the power of 2 is 4. So now let's move on to the A. Power of 3 to the power of 2. What do? Multiply the powers. I didn't have room on the other exercises, so I'm going to put the note right here. Multiply, because you have power to power. So 3 times 2 is 6. B, what power does B have right here? What exponent? It's not there, but we know it's there. It's a 1, so 1 times 2. So B is to the power of 2. For the C, 2 times 2, 4. Now, let's simplify. Here's a coefficient. What coefficient do we have here? We have a 1. Alright, so here are the letters. Here's A, B, and the C. Okay, so first of all, what if the letters were not there? You're looking at the two coefficients, and you multiply 4 times 1, and that gives you 4. For the A, now let's move on to the letters that have exponents. A to the power of 6 times A to the power of 6. What do we do with the exponents? When you multiply, you add the exponents. So it's going to be A to the power of 6 plus 6, 12. For the B, 6 plus 2, 8. C, 3 plus 4, 7. And this is your answer right here. This right here is the simplified, or the area, if your rectangle has these two expressions. Okay, so this is your final result. This was simplified and you got this. All right, let's do number 7. These are the applied problems using the laws of exponents. Area of a triangle. Okay, so now we're talking about a triangle. And how do we find the area of a triangle? Area equals base times height divided by 2. So now, do we have an expression for the base? Yes, it's this one right here. Do we have an expression for the height? Yes, it's this one right here. So we're gonna write them right here. And then of course, everything divided by 2. Okay, so the expression for the base is this one right here. X squared, y cubed, z, all of it to the power of 2, times the height, 2x cubic, y to the 5th, c to the power of 2, everything to the power of 3. All right, so I'm going to simplify this expression right here first. Okay, and I'm going to continue over here. I'm still simplifying, so I'm going to put the 2 right here. So let's start simplifying this one right here. Since this is the guided practice, I'm going to highlight, I forgot about the, this is you have a coefficient right here. Don't think that just because you have the 2, you can divide it and cross it out with the 2. Because this 2, you still have to elevate to the power of 3, okay? So that's where you have to be careful. Let me highlight the y in green and go back to the z in yellow. Okay, so let's simplify this one right here first. X, power to a power, multiply the power. So 2 times 2 is 4. For the y, 3 times 2, 6. For the z, 1 times 2, 2. Times this one right here. If I cover the letters, the variables, you have 2 to the power of 3. We already wrote it somewhere over here, remember? It's over here. So 2 to the power of 3 is 8. X, 3 times 3, 9. For the Y, 5 times 3, it's 15. For the Z, 2 times 3, 6. Okay, so remember, here we can't go wrong. If you think I'm going too fast, you can always pause the video. All right, now we still have to simplify this multiplication. We have the coefficient right here. The 8 is going to multiply what? A 1 that is right here. And then we have the x's with the x's, the y's with the y's, and the z's with the z's. So 8 times 1 is 8. For the x's, x to the 4 times x to the 9. What do you do with the exponents? You add them. Let me put a note right here. You add. So 9 plus 4, 13. For the y, 6 plus 15, that gives you 21. For the z's, 2 plus 6, 8. All right, so this expression right here is all of this simplified, but we still have 2 divided by 2. So now you can look at these two numbers. If the letters were not there, you see this operation, 8 divided by 2, that gives you what? 4. And just write down the letters, the variables, x to the power of 13, y to the 21, and z to the 8. And this is it. This is your answer. This is the area of this triangle. Okay? Area of the triangle. All right? Number 8. Okay, here's the volume of a rectangular prism. It has a width, W, a length, L, and a height, H. And you have the 3 expressions. So I'm going to go straight to the formula. The volume of a rectangular prism is width times length times height. So I'm going to substitute each of the 3 expressions right here, okay? The width is RST, all of it to the power of 3, times the length, 2R cubic, S, T square, all of it to the power of 2, times the height. What is the height? R to the 4, S to the 3, T to the power of 2, all of it to the power of 2. Okay, so let's do this piece by piece. First, let's simplify this. Remember, R, S, and T, all 3 have an exponent of 1. So 1 times 3 is 3. The S, 1 times 3, 3. For the T, 1 times 3, 3. Okay, so here's the first expression. I multiplied the exponents. If you don't see exponents, it means that they have a power of 1. Okay, right there. I'm trying to zoom in a little bit more. All right, over here, coefficient. You have R, S, S. And then the T is yellow again. Okay, so again, everything inside the parentheses is elevated to the power of 2. So first, 2 to the power of 2 is 4. Then let's go with the R. 3 times 2, 6. Now the S has a power of 1. So 1 times 2, 2. With the T, 2 times 2, 4. Now let's do this one. Okay. R, 4 times 2, 8. The S, 3 times 2, 6. The T, 2 times 2, 4. Okay. All right. Now it's time to multiply everything. All right. Here we have a coefficient of 4. Here